Hello everyone, Sid here back again with another video. So in this video again we're going to discuss about Python series. So this is a part 2 Python series. Okay, so I'm going to close this one debugger. We have second debugger I have using right now inside a virtual environment, and hope so you have already watched my previous series. And please subscribe my channel and comment on comment section. Definitely I will try to resolve a query. Okay, and don't forget to subscribe this channel again. So in this tutorial we will cover a lot of things like if else condition, okay, while loop, for loop, function, lambda, array, class and object, inheritance, iterators, scope, module, dates, json, reject, sweep, and many more things. So let's start with the beginnings, and before I start this series I am going to show you some things. So now you can check here, we have the something alpharapid.com. You can, if you want have any website launch, you can buy from here. It's very cheap price. One website you have, so you can leave you 369 rupees per annually charges only, and you can check unlimited disk space, unlimited bandwidth, subdomain, emails account you can get, and also this is a ssd account, pre-ssl certificate, everything you can watch, buy from here. Alpha Rapid, you can check from the descriptions area also. And you, if you want the pro plan, you can select from here, and if you want the turbo plan, you can select from here. Okay, so now, and I have my one more thing, my blog, realprogrammer.in. You can check out everything from here also related to Python, Node.js, AWS, coding netter, anything you can you want, you can check out. And also I have more YouTube channels, you know very well, so you can check from the Real Programmer channel also. Look at here, this is my YouTube channel, and if you have any doubts related to these things, please comment on comment section. So let's start with the series. So I'm going to use, I have one file with the name of if else.py, and here we will check equal, not equal to, and less than, or equal to and greater than. So such type condition I am going to show you something. Okay, so suppose I have x is equal to 10, okay, and y is equal to 20. Okay, suppose we have two value x and y, and we have the something value 10 or 20. So now I'm going to check something. If, okay, conditions I'm going to write here. What type of condition I'm going to, suppose x is greater than y, then what we do, print x is greater than y. Let's check again. So we have the if else condition. Okay, so I am going to here like Python if else. One second, x is not greater than y. Suppose x is smaller than y. Let's check again. Yes, x is greater than y, we get basically is smaller than. Okay, is smaller than. Okay, so we will get something this message. Okay, so suppose x is greater than y, x is greater than y. Now no, this is not greater than y, is we getting here because of x is smaller than y. We can say x is smaller than y, and if we say x is greater than y, then we will not get this message. Is x is smaller than y, and basically else condition we're going to write here, print x is greater than y, y is greater than x. I'm going to write here. X is greater than y is greater than x. Let's check. I got y is greater than x, y is greater than x. Let's check again. Y is greater than x, y is greater than x. We get the result here because this is conditions. Suppose now x is greater than y, we will get here x is greater than y. So you can check from the if else conditions. Okay, so one more things, Python is basically suppose I'm going to write here something. Now you can check, we will get error, unexpected block error something here, because Python has basically some indentations method, something you need to write a code proper way. Okay, so whenever you writing any conditions like if else something, so you need to give at least one space something, then you can write code. Okay, so hope so this is you clear for you. Okay, so now this is only if else something conditions. Okay, I'm going to write if else if. Okay, so suppose else if, basically we need to write something kind of these things else. Okay, so else if and x is less than y, x is less than y. So let's check. Sorry, now here x is less than y, x is less than y. Let's check again. We get the x is greater than y. Yes, this condition is true. Now check, I have 10 and 20. Now x is less than y. We get the result because this condition is running. Okay, suppose both are the equal to, I am going to here else print x is equal to y. Let's check again, x is equal to y. Yes, we get the third value. So you hope so this is clear for you. Okay, so now this is clear maybe. Okay, now we can get result here, everything's if else if and else conditions. Okay, now I'm going to show you something different. So suppose shorthand, if you want to something, you want to write a query, write a something print statement same line, you can also put the something like this. Suppose x is greater than y, suppose x is greater than y, you can, yes, you can write something this basically statement is a sort and if conditions, you can also write here. Okay, if you have something anything else, so you can also write here also else condition something also. So we can also use the sort technique. Okay, now one more things, we if we have something any other value like print any other thing, so we can also do something. Okay, so now I'm going to show you something again. Suppose if you want same statement like uh, x is greater than y. Okay, and x is equal to y, then what, print both are true conditions. How? Let's check. Suppose I'm going to here, right here, x is equal to y, we maybe something else, we need to write something else, both conditions. So x is greater than suppose x is equal to y, of course this is equal to y. 1 second, I'm going to single second. Yes, we got the both conditions true something. Okay, so suppose both condition we need to write something. So I have something, third variable means z equal to 20, z equal to 20, I have given something, sorry, z is greater than x, so will not get any result here. Okay, because here x is greater than z. Now we will get both are the true condition because x is greater than z. Okay, now I'm going to show you here, you can check both are true conditions. Okay, now hope so this is clear for you, the and, what is the and important. I am going to use or here. Okay, so here means at least one condition is true. Now check, we get at least one condition is true means x is greater than z is true. Suppose z is greater than y, this condition is false. Z is greater than y is false conditions, also we will get same result. at least one condition is true. Okay, suppose or means if we state this is true or this one is true, so we are checking basically or functions. Okay, so we can check from here. Okay, so now hope so this is clear for you. And if you want to nested loop also, you can try in nested loop also. Like I have two values, something x and y. Okay, so I'm going to show you nested. Suppose we have three variable, I'm going to use two variables only. Okay, 2000 and 200 only. Suppose I have okay, z also I have something, z is equal to 400. Okay, so now I'm going to here if use a statement if x is greater than y. If condition is true, then I am going to print x is greater than y. X is greater than y, of course this condition is true. Now again here I'm going to if x is greater than z, then give some space here, it will looks fine. Okay, now again print x is greater than y. This condition also true, means x and y is both condition is true. Now I am going to write here else conditions. Now print okay, just a second, this condition is true and this condition also true, and if both are false, something I'm going to write here. Now check, sorry, now we get x is greater than y, x is greater than z. Here we need to write x is greater than z. Now check if x is greater than z is greater than y, then hope so both conditions are false. X is greater than y, we have get x is greater than y, this condition is true, and z is greater than y, one second. Now check z is greater than y, I'm going to check again. You can if else x is greater than y, so now y is equal to, basically I'm going to type here equal to yes, basically x is equal to, because we are using as is equal to y. You can check x is equal to y, this is true condition. Now z is greater than y, this is false basically, so this condition is false, z is not greater than y, so we get the here. So this is the nested loop, because we have the if statement also with the writing inside of this if condition. So basically this is the nested if conditions. Okay, and one more thing, we can use pass statement also. How we can write pass statement, I'm going to show you. Okay, so now just an example, x is suppose b is greater than y something, and x is greater than y. I'm going to write here x is greater than y. Okay, I'm going to choose x is greater than y, then you can write here something pass. Okay, x is greater than y, x is greater than y, so x is greater than y something, so you can write here pass. Then check, we're getting thing, and just if I'm going to write here, then what we get, because we are passing something, if it's true or false, so any conditions we are passing something. Okay, so we can also use the pass statement. Okay, now if and else conditions as may be done, and if you have any doubts related to if else conditions, please comment on comment section. Definitely I will try to resolve a query also. And now I am going to discuss about here loop. Okay, so I am going to create again one new file, okay, with the name of while loop.py. Now you can check, we have the inside, we are already inside of the virtual environment like last video, and now we are the inside of the while loop. Okay, so now we have two loop in Python, like we can use as a primitive loop command like while loop and for loops. Okay, so with the while loop we can execute a set of the statement as long as a condition is true. Okay, suppose any condition is true, we can print automatically here. Suppose we have the value of x, and we have the value is 10. Okay, now I am going to here write here while. Okay, now we hear the we need to write here expressions. So what are the expressions? Like x is less than 6. Okay, now x is less than 6. Now I am going to type here print x. Okay, now here x plus equal to 1. That's it. Now check, give some space here. Okay, okay, now check here. I'm going to write here Python while loop. You can check, we have the value 1 2 3 4 and 5 because we are using less than, and if you using less than and equal to, we got the 6 times this value. Okay, so hope so this is clear. If we have the 10, then what we get here? Nothing, because it's here, so I can write here 60. We will get multiple values. Okay, so hope so this is clear for you. We can write something x plus equal to automatically will add value. And remember, basically to increment if else conditions or something else, the loop is a continue forever. While the while loop require the relevant variables ready. In this example we have already explained this x is equal to, basically we have defined the 1 and 2 something. We can run this program something like that. Okay, so if you want particular break conditions, you can also stop the loop whenever you want. Okay, so suppose I am going to write here something. I'm going to use again x, and here I'm going to use less than and 6 something, and here I'm going to use print I. Okay, now if you want to condition, basically you can put here like I want to particular within 2. Okay, 1 or 2 something, then I want here like 1 second, maybe sorry, x is equal to 2. Then I want here break statement, and after that I want here I want here x uh, x plus and equal to 1. Then check here something what we get here. While loop 1 or 2, we got the print here because we're breaking here. Okay, if x is equal to 2, then we are breaking. Okay, now here we are the calculating is equal to 2. This condition is basically breaking. Okay, suppose I'm removing this one, then what we get here? 1 to 5 something value. So basically this statement is checking and break the statement automatically. If x is equal to 2, automatically the condition will be stopped. So we can use something, the if conditions also in while loop. Okay, so in continue conditions we can also do something like we have the x is equal to 2, then we can use like continue. Now check what we get here. This will be automatically don't stop, so automatically the next conditions will automatically plus or 2 to 2 something we will get. Now just an example I'm going to show here. Print here something 1 second, continue how, if here I'm going to use x plus equal to 1, automatically 1 plus we calculated automatically. Okay, now I'm going to use here with the continue. Okay, print x. Now check, I'm going to clear 3 4 5 6 because we are calculating here, we are adding here, and if x is equal to 2, then continue. Okay, so here because we are using here, if x is equal to is 2, then we are continuing and we printing something x value. It means we are adding here 1 plus 1 1 plus something. If x is equal to, then continue, otherwise uh, we adding, then we are adding here something, we're not printing because we are printing here. Okay, suppose I am going to write here, then what we get result here, you can check 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, we are adding 1 plus 1 something. Suppose I am going to add here 0, then okay, so just try it from yourself, okay, everything's, and then you will understand the how loop is working. And suppose I'm going to gain here 2 3 4 5 6, we get the result here. Okay, now we get the result. If you want particular after two value, after two particulars, then you can choose selecting from this here. Okay, so suppose we have the particular student selected any ID, then you want to particular after that print all results, so you can select from here like these conditions. Okay, if equal to this value particular you have passing from the database something, and you can continue the result and you execute this uh, kind of result. Okay, so we get the 3 4 5 6 something. Hope so this is clear now. Okay, now you can also get the hand, you can put if else conditions also. Okay, now we're going to discuss about the next seasons. Now here we are the discussion about the, here we're going to discuss about Python for loop. So for loop also used for the iterating over the sequence, like either a list, tuple and dictionary and set you can use. Okay, and this is a less like a for keyword in other programming language. Okay, for more like an iterator's method as found object oriented programming language we can say. Okay, so now with a for loop we can execute a set of the statements once for each item in list and tuple, and sets also we can use. Okay, so now I'm going to show you a realistic example. So I'm going to creating one file with the name of for loop .py. Okay, so we have the blank file. Now here I'm going to clear my terminal. Now you can check here. Okay, so we have the, I'm going to create x variable with the name of x. I'm going to use list. Okay, so now I'm going to list, inside of the list I'm going to type here real space comma, here I'm going to type here programmer real programmer Python series Python, and limit I'm going to use here series. So hope so this is clear. Okay, now I want to print something. I have I have this one for item, we can put whatever you want here, like I'm going to use real underscore item, and inside of the range we have x we have created here. Now enter here. Now I am going to use print real item. Okay, just check here, python for loop we get the result real programmer Python series. So we get the result something like that. Okay, so we can use our for loop like this. Okay, and hope so this is clear. Okay, now suppose we have if you want particular break statement while using for loop, so also you can use something. Suppose I have this one. Now I want particular conditions if okay, if suppose if real underscore item equal to real programmer, suppose programmer. Okay, if particular item equal to programmer, then I am going to here break. Now check, yes we got the real programmer, we because of we here is stopping. Okay, suppose I am going to use this one like now we get the all results. Suppose you want to stop after real, so you can also use this one. We get the result of the real, and after that automatically is executing is stop because we are here breaking. Okay, we get the result of the real and we are stopping everything here. Okay, so now hope so this is clear for you. Now I'm going to use something else, like something new conditions, like we have the printed something here. Okay, now again if any condition is true something, so you can print out of the particular this box. So suppose we have programmer. Okay, now I'm going to check, we get the real word. Suppose we are equal to the real is means first, then we get the blank result because we breaking then we printing. and this one we are printing before this one. Okay, so we will get result of the basically real, then we will stopping. Okay, so you want particular print real, then you want to stop. Okay, so you can here write, you can write we will get something, not any particular exact result, because we are stopping here, we are getting comparing the real, and if we want particular print real, and we want after that programmer, so we need to write after that here. Okay, so I'm going to put here value like for loop, we get the result of the real. Okay, now hope so this is clear for you. So we can also use the like if and else conditions with the break statement. Okay, and now what the continue, we can also use the continue also. Suppose I'm here and I'm going to use here continue, then what we get, check, we get the result of the real, and sorry, we get the real of the real and programmer we are comparing, because okay, after that we getting the result of the Python series, real and Python series. Okay, because here we are printing, we checking. Okay, we are then again with the continuing writing here. Okay, suppose I am going to write here out of the box, maybe we will get all result here. Okay, check again, sorry, check again, we get the real programmer Python series, all get result, we get the result. Okay, now here if you want to do something, so you can print here, yes, we get the result of the real Python series. Okay, so now we can also use the range particular, if you want to print particular number something, you can use range also. Suppose I'm going to use range, suppose I'm going to create new file with the name of the range.py. now I'm the inside of the here. If you want a particular for loop, so you can use x in 6 something, not 6 only, we get the right here range, like sorry, range is 6. now not only pass, we're going to print here, print with inside of the bracket we have written here. Now I'm going to clear terminal, clear is perfect. Now I'm going to use Python range.py 0 1 2 3 5. Okay, we get the result of the 0 to 5, means we have the 6 value here. Okay, now we get the result basically is from 0 to 6, sorry, 0 to 5. And now if you want to particular range from series to like 6 to 12, you can also use here, we get the result 6 7 8 and 9 10 something 11, we get the result of the, after the 6 we calculating and we get minus to something. Okay, we are not calculating the particular of the value. Okay, we get the result here. Then hope so this is clear, we can type of the range. Okay, so again suppose I want to put here something 3, again check what we get, we are particularly 6, after that 9 we get the result, because we are passing third, means we how many differences we want. Suppose I have been going to here to put here 2, then 6 8 10, we can get here result. Okay, suppose I'm putting here 20, then we get the 18 something, 6 8 10 something here, whatever you want. If you want particular sequence wise, so just put here third, 6 7 8 10 10 something, we get the result. And if you want particular 3, then we can also do the something here, result like Python 6 9 something. So third value means we can particular after that how many addition we can something get, after value we can get the like increment sequence by 1 something 2 3 4, whatever you want you can put here inside of the sequence by. Okay, that means if I put it 3, means 6 9 12 15 18, so we can get result kind of this, whatever you want increment, so you can put here. Okay, so very simple process is here. Okay, now again I'm going to show you something else conditions, so I've already finished that. Okay, so okay, so now you can also put the range something and print whatever you want. Okay, so now I'm going to use the nested loops. Hope so this is all already you aware about the nested loops now. And if you want to particular more videos and descriptions about the any kind of series in this tutorial, please comment on comment section, so I will make another video in brief descriptions about the any kind of tutorial, because I want to finish this tutorial as soon as possible, so you can start your coding series. So that's why I'm taking a lot of time here. And now again, so hope so this is clear for you. And now again I'm going to use the new series with the name of the Python functions. And okay, so now I'm going to discuss about the Python functions. What is a Python function? Okay, so a function is a block of the code which runs when is called. Okay, suppose I have the any functions, and whenever I want to use particular functions, okay, suppose I have created one function with the name of sum calculation. Okay, and I want to use particular any duration. Suppose I need to calculate any value, so I will use particular on the that time particular, so I can use the this function of the sum and any kind of calculating the value, something whatever you want you can put the, and whenever you required you just call the functions and you will get the result. So now I'm going to show you something realistic example. Okay, suppose I have particular, I'm going to create here functions with the name of functions hello function, hello fun dot py, hello dot function. Suppose I have functions I have created here, diff my function, suppose I am going to use my function. Okay, now here we have the function with the name my functions. I'm going to print here real programmer. Okay, now how to particular call these functions. Suppose I need this function, so I am going to write here my function, that's it. So now I am going to clear my terminal. Now I have the cleared my terminal. Now I am going to use this particular function hello fun. Now I am going to type here python hello fun.py. We get the result of the real Python. So in Python, always just think about the, we need to always write diff, means the functions in any of the programming like public functions, the function name, we don't need write to functions. If you want to create functions, so you need to write here diff. Okay, okay, then after that you need to write the function name, then bracket, and here statement something, and then print whatever you want. And whenever you want to use particular functions, just write here something, you will automatically call these functions. So hope so this is clear for you. Okay, and now, and suppose if you want to pass any particular parameters within a function, so you can how you will pass something. Okay, suppose I am going to show you one more realistic example here. Suppose I have the functions. Okay, I want to real programmer Python series. Okay, so I want to type here Python series. So how I want to pass this value in particular function, so how this is possible? So I am going to use here means py any can series something, I'm going to use series. Okay, now I'm going to here concatenate the particular series real programmer Python series I want here. So I want to write here series. Now check it's fine or not something. I'm going to use again. Yes, again we got the result. Okay, so I'm going to here to type here. So we got the result real programmer Python series. Okay, great. So if you want the concatenate value, means I want to concatenate, after that something some automatically space I don't want to put here. Okay, so you can check, and also we get the space here real programmer Python series. So hope so this is clear. I'm going to again the clear series, and if you want to pass multiple, I put here PHP series Django Laravel. So we can pass something here also, like I will then put, sorry, we can check here real programmer Python series, real programmer PHP series, Django series, Laravel series, whatever you want you can pass from the functions, and automatically these functions will print something here. We're not printing from the outside. Okay, we are printing inside of the function. So this is an example of the functions in Python. And suppose you want to use something default parameters, so you can use also default parameters, whatever you want you can put here. Suppose I want to series here like Python, I'm going to delete this one. We have the series something, I'm going to put here is basically default series, we can say something. We have the put it here inside of the inside of the functions with the putting the within a series variable. You can check here. Now guess what result we get? Guess. PHP series, Django series, and Laravel series. Just a simple an example. Real programmer, PHP series, Django series, real programmer, Laravel series. We get the result because we are using here the default, but we not passing. So we are replacing from the Python to PHP, Python to Django, Laravel. So we're printing basically this value. So real programmer Python series is replaced by the PHP series, Django series, and Laravel series. Hope so you know this is clear for you. Okay, now and one more things, we can also pass also from the list also. How? I'm going to show you again. Okay, suppose I have the functions. Okay, we have the function something, same functions, we have my functions, and okay, I'm going to pass here from the series. Okay, let's check how we will get here. Suppose now I'm going to here create with the name of the variable is like any kind of variable we can pass something. So I'm going to here I'm going to create series. Okay, now I am going to put inside of the series variable, like we want to pass list. So how? So list, I am the real programmer Python series. Here I want to PHP series, Python series, PHP series. Now I want to pass Django series. Now hope so this is clear for you. Okay, now I am going to here write here my my functions, and I want to pass series. That's it. So now I'm going to print here. We got the some result is error because just print here, like we get the cannot be concatenated string something. So we get the result is a 7 number line because when are printing as a normal, we cannot concatenate this here, because I'm going to again something loop here, because we have list. So we going to print here. Suppose I have list, so I'm going to type list series. Okay, range of series. Then I am going to print here, print list underscore series. Then I'm going to remove this space, I'm going to remove this space. Then I'm going to print here, I'm going to clear. Now I'm going to Python hello.py. We get the result of Python series, PHP series, Django series. So we can pass uh, from using functions complete list also. Okay, this is the beauty of the Python, we can say. Okay, now one more things, if you want to return particular value to calculating from any other function, so you can also do the same syntax. Suppose if we have the series something, don't I want to pass something any value. So how we can pass something? I'm going to remove this one. I'm going to also remove this. One second, going to also remove this loop. Okay, now I am going to here, I am going to pass here some value, something 5. I am going to pipe 5, and here I am going to put here x. So now I am going to return. So if you want to particular calculate any value, so I want something 5 plus x. That's it. Now I'm going to put something, sorry, I'm going to some space here, 5 I'm going to here 50 double, now 15. Now check what we get here is a hello fun something. Sorry, we're returning only, we're not printing something else. So we can also print particular function also. I'm going to use where returning, basically print where. We get the result of the 10. Now here we can get the result of the where. Look here, again we have the 2 where, same where we are getting. Let's check what we get the result of the where. We get the 10 55. How? because we have the 50 and we are printing here 50, so we can get result of the something like this function also. So you can do some operations by using print, and you can print outside also. So this is clear maybe for you. Okay, now also you can pass multiple parameters like name, email, id, and multiple arguments you can pass also in using functions. Okay, so suppose you have the three parameters, so you want to pass three parameters, so you can pass also. Like if you want to print like a real programmer that word, then you can pass. Okay, how you want to check something, I'm going to show you. Suppose we have three variable, like here I want to pass something for first, second, third. Okay, suppose I have passing first, second, third something. Now wow, I'm going to print here print first. Okay, okay, so this is the first and I want to concatenate. Second, I want to concatenate. Third, now I'm going to use my function. I'm going to pass first, second, third. Just check again, I'm going to clear here first, second, third. Then if you want to particular here something plus first, second, third, we got the result here first, second, third. So hope so this is clear. Now I'm going to sorry, we have done this function, so we are passing three value first, second, third, we get the result also. Okay, now this maybe this is clear for you. And recursion basically concept of the which means that define the functions can call itself. Okay, so means we have the any functions, so automatically functions will call. So this is a basically recursion is a common mathematical and programming concept, we can say something. It means that is the functions calls itself, and this has the benefit of the meaning that you can loop through data uh, each a result. Okay, so the developers should have the very concept. Maybe recursion is very quite easy to sleep writing the functions never terminates. Okay, which is never terminate, because recursion is called automatically. Suppose I have something, I have created a function, so I want to pass I want particular without calling the recursion, we can use also recursion. Okay, and sometime the exactly the best way to out of the modified, we can use also realistic example of the recursion. I will show you in the next tutorial, so how we can use the recursion. Okay, now I am going to discuss about a very important topic in Python, basically Lambda. Python Lambda. So in this tutorial we're going to learn about Python Lambda. So Lambda is, what is the Lambda? Lambda is anonymous functions we can call. Okay, it's like anonymous functions, and this is a very small function also. And Lambda can take any number of arguments. Okay, but can only have the same expressions. So means we have the integers, so we need to pass the integers. Okay, if we have the string, so we need to pass the string. So we have always think about the same expressions we have, then we can get the result exactly. Suppose if we want to add particular functions with the anonymous functions, so where we need to use the functions. Suppose we have the multiple lines of the code, and if we don't want to write again and more functions, so if you want to use one time that function, so you want to a small code basically, you don't want to put a three or four lines something creating the functions and just doing some operations like any function. So you want to execute that functions with small line. That's why we can use the Lambda, and this is also anonymous function. So I'm going to show you Lambda. I have already created, maybe one second. One second. Okay, so now I'm going to show you again. I'm going to create one M Lambda functions. lambda.py. So hope so this is clear. Is this a lambda? So how is the syntax I'm going to show you? This is the syntax, basically lambda, and here the parameter list we need to arguments, basically this is the parameters, whatever parameters we have. And also the third is basically after colon is expression. So expression means any additions you want, any subtraction want you, any multiplications, what kind of operations you want, you can put from the x inside of the replace of the expressions you can put here. Okay, so now I'm going to show you a realistic example. Suppose I have the x lambda, and here we have some, suppose a. Okay, so a, and I want to put pass basically the argument, and I want to here something like that. Sorry, here I want to something a plus 10 something. Okay, we have the, I'm going to print here, so we can use x. Now check here, we have the lambda function, so I'm going to write here python now lambda.py. You can check here, we have got the result of the functions lambda and 0x something, we got the result here. So why we're not getting the exact result? Why we're not getting result? We are not passing because the a of value, so we need to pass after that x. I'm going to pass here 5. Now check, we get the exactly result of the 15 because we not pass from the x inside of the this functions. So we need to pass the value of a, so we are passing from the value of a is 5, means a 5 plus 10 means total 15. So we get the result of the something like. If also you want to print same line, also you can do that. One second, also we can do that. Here's some, I'm going to check again, 1 second. We can also print here some we get the result, but maybe you can also the call the same line. I will show you after some time, maybe something, any example we're getting the wrong way. So now hope so this is clear for you, lambda functions. So you have a lot of questions why use the lambda functions. Okay, so the power of lambda function is better shown when we use the anonymous function inside of the another functions. Okay, you got the, you have some confusion because we are I'm saying we have the one functions and we passing anonymous function inside of the functions. So this is a beauty of Python, we can say. Okay, the okay, now again I'm going to show you something again, some example. Okay, so how we have the something, any functions with the name of like any kind of name, and also you want to pass something value with the using of the functions, so we can use something like that. Okay, suppose I am going to, if you have any doubt, please comment on comment section. Definitely I will try to resolve your query. If you want more video, please comment on comment section which type of video you need. Definitely I will try to make. Thank you for watching.